Hey guys, I don't know if there's sound on this. Hold on. I just am trying to work this out. It's um, all of a sudden the sound just disappeared. So let's see what happens. Sound just disappeared. So let's see what happens. All right, hold on. All right. Whoop. Hey. Hey, Tryggvi.
Hey!
Yeah, you can hear me.
Yes, finally! Finally!
Super. Wonderful. I'm just gonna
Good to hear you and see you.
change the brand. We got look at this. We got horses. All right. um, so I'm sorry. I was a bit late, but I have a really good reason why I'm late. I'm right now in the Galdrasetur in Strandir. I don't know if you've been there, man. You know the place.
Yes, I've been there once.
So I'm just gonna show you guys around. This is like a cafe where they
Oh man, your
celebrate.
sound just dropped out again.
Oh, did my sound drop out?
Oh, there it came in again. Wait, I'm gonna see if
Sorry,
I can
guys.
fix this. This is a problem on my end. I'm sorry.
Okay. So everybody, great to have you with us. The reason we're starting like a bit late and there was like a little bit of technical difficulties, but um, I'm gonna blame this on our friend Sissi, because as I was getting everything ready, he asked me, "So, man, have you put up have you made a picture of Tryggvi?" And I was just like, "What? Oh shit! No, I haven't made like a picture of Tryggvi for the thing. So I suddenly just like I had to make a picture of you. So I just got really busy
Man,
for like
I
an
had
hour
I hadn't
making
even
this
noticed.
this clumsy little picture of you. Oh, it's not even through correctly. All right, there we
Oh,
go. I'm sorry. It should be better, but maybe this one will work. I'm just such a dork. Sorry guys.
oh, you and me both. So we're on
Yeah.
the same boat.
Okay, I'm just gonna put the horses here, and hope like
Yeah, I think they actually look better than I do. So I think this is just fantastic to
yeah.
have them there.
Well, right, Tryggvi, I wrote you a song though. Um, so here
That's
it
even
goes.
better. That's even better.
You're making your music, you're one of my best friends, and now you know you'll be with me till the bitter end. Won't you share your heart with me, even though so far apart we'll be? Won't you have a heart to heart with me? All right.
Whoa, my own theme song. That's
I
that's
love
the
making
first.
theme songs. Um, So, guys, let me introduce you guys to my wonderful friend, one of the most amazing and inspirational people I've ever met in my life. I'm proud to call him my friend, and we met through such a crazy accident in
Yeah,
Iceland after having known about each other somehow through common friends for a year or two.
yeah.
This is Tryggvi Heiðar, and he makes beautiful music. And Tryggvi also works with children in a kindergarten and does a lot of music related stuff with kids. And is basically just one of those people that really bring out your desire to become a better person. And that's one of the things I love about you, man.
Wow, what an introduction. It's hard to live up to that one.
Don't even try it. Just like just enjoy it.
Just own it.
Own it, man. Own it. So tell us a little bit about your music, Tryggvi, and about your life. Where do you come from? Tell the guys where you come from.
Oh, I hail from the north, just like you do. But I come from a town called Akureyri, which is the capital of the north, basically. The largest town outside of the Reykjavík area. I grew up there and lived there until I was 22, when I moved to Reykjavík to go to the university to study English literature and meet some musical people as well.
Yeah. And I mean your life turned around pretty quickly. Like you finished a BA in English literature, but then you kind of found a different path.
Yes, while I was studying, it just felt like studying wasn't taking enough of my time. Like I still had some time to fill in, and the summer before I had worked in a kindergarten and just loved it.
Yeah.
And so that was like 20 years ago, like going on 21 almost. And yeah, that just totally flipped everything around. This was my second job. Like I had only had one other job before that, working in a sheepskin factory in Akureyri. And
Whoa. This badass job.
yeah, so like yeah, I've only had two jobs, and then of course like doing music on the side as well.
So so when you started working with kids, what would you say was the greatest like lesson from that work, and just like what did you expect and what did you find out? Like, did it break any preconceptions?
Oh, definitely it did. Like I had before that time, I had taken care of my nieces a lot,
There
and so
you
like
go.
I knew how to take care of young kids and all that. But it really what it did for me in the beginning was just learning to be in the now and just like this is just while I'm there, nothing else exists. Like the rest of the universe isn't there anymore. It's just like this tiny little bubble that we're in, and like nothing else matters. And
It's so amazing, and time just flies by because you're like in their own universe with them, right?
yeah, and it almost feels like time doesn't exist anymore. It's just like, oh my God, I can't even describe it, how it felt when I started.
There's one thing you brought me in a couple of times to sing for the kids, and
Yes, thank you for
and
that.
it's so crazy. You prepped it so well. It was like I was like a rock star coming in, and it felt so funny, like so nice. And they knew my songs, and you had been playing my songs to them and like with them and singing, and it was. I probably never played for such a prepared audience. Like,
Yeah. And they were like, oh, please, like they really wanted you to play your songs. Like they were like, oh, they would rather have you play your songs than any kid song. They were
yeah,
like,
that's what I noticed. Like you'd been working with the kids, and like a lot of people that work with kids in music, they just make them sing all these like really big children's songs. But you just started playing the Beatles, Rolling Stones,
yeah, yeah.
and David Bowie and stuff, and the kids just ate it up. They love it.
In the beginning, it was like for me, it was I have to have fun as well. Like I don't want to like be playing songs that make me feel like dead inside, just like totally boring songs. And like I could feel that like they weren't really enjoying it either. So when I started playing, my songs and like where I came from, and also I met this guy from Liverpool, who grew up in Penny Lane, and he told me that like in Liverpool, the Beatles songs are their nursery rhymes. So like that's what the kids learn from the beginning, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like that's the kind of music that really appeals to kids and like to everyone. And so like I started doing All Together Now and Yellow Submarine and all those songs, and that just kind of like Yellow Submarine, they already knew the lyrics to it, which was quite funny because like they really pick everything up from what they hear, like from their surroundings. And that's also one of the things that I've always my focus has always been on like getting them to listen to what's going on around them and like to figure out what they like. And so like one year I had this group that was they were asking me to play songs like "You Spin Me Right Round, Baby, Right Round," and
Yeah.
like just like where did that come from? And so like they
I,
were listening to a lot of music that I had no idea they were listening to,
yeah.
and they
Oh
even
my
like
God.
started introducing me to music. So this it's been a lesson for me as well.
It's like if you think about it, that's their grandfathers and grandmothers' music
Yeah,
for those kids. You spin me right round. Oh man, that's like the music my grandmother was jamming to when
yeah,
when she met my granddad.
yeah. Maybe that's where they hear this stuff from their great grandparents or something. I don't know, but
Oh, hi Grimmy. Hi. Oh, I'm just gonna show you. Like so
oh,
so I
Svavar Knútur, hey, hi
yeah,
Svavar Knútur.
Svavar Grimmy saying hi. Very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Svavar
Uh,
Knútur is one of my former students.
so speaking of children and children's art, this is what I made for you. I'm just gonna take us both out of the stream now. Yeah, you like it?
Oh my God, this is amazing. This is one of the most accurate portraits I've ever seen. So
Yeah, I'll give it to you when I get back to Reykjavik. I also made a horse today. It was really funny.
you've been using your time up there very well, apparently.
Yeah, it's been yeah. I was taking some people around the West Fjords, and then I was just showing them, and the West Fjords were basically behaving on their best behavior. The weather was so nice, and then the aurora borealis came out, and these horses, you know,
Oh
that
yeah, I
that
saw
just
those amazing pictures from you of the Northern Lights. That was
yeah. You
really
can't
something
see it
different.
on this picture here, but the horse is actually sticking his tongue out. So I love being able to, like, that's such a luxury that I get to just go around and just have fun and take pictures and play music. I love it.
Yeah, man, you're really living it there.
Yeah, man, I love it. And tomorrow I'm gonna be workshopping with the kids from the school in this village. Trying to inspire them to start a band or something.
Oh, that's awesome. I wish I was there with you, man. That would have
Yeah,
been
man, it's
nice.
it's absolutely so much fun, and I mean it's definitely something you could do as well. You should try it. Just like workshopping with teenagers and with like 10 to 12 year olds is a lot of fun. Just like seeing where they want to go and not trying to push them in any direction, but
Yeah,
just
yeah.
listen.
Like when you give those 5-year-olds a ukulele and that that expression when they hit their first chord, oh my God, that is
Yeah.
like the most amazing thing.
Yeah, it's just like when they start to experiment and just try something new, and they don't have any preconceptions about what's right or wrong about the sound, and you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
try something. That's the same like when I'm making these little dollies, you know. Um, they it's just I don't care. I'm just having fun, and just something will come out of it, and just relaxing all these demands on that things should look so good and be perfect. I think that's one of the healthiest steps you can take as an artist and as a human being, really.
Oh, totally. I totally agree with you there. I think like in my music, I've been taking, like I've been so focused on doing it right and like doing it like it should be like this or like that. But then I've realized that like my music is never going to be like this or like that. It's always going to be just like my music. And I've been doing some art as well. I've been drawing with soft pastels and hard pastels, like pastel chalks.
Oh yeah, you used during COVID, you were like put on some days off. You
Yeah,
got a little
yeah,
bit of leave
yeah,
from,
yeah.
and you
Because
you did what's it called, Udemy? Did you go to
yeah,
Udemy?
yeah, I did a drawing course there, like that was just like pencil drawing, and I really liked that. But like, I was also in that thing. I was too stuck in trying to do it the right way, doing the right thing.
Yeah.
but someone very special introduced me to charcoal and to pastels, and now I'm just like doing a painting every day or like a drawing every day with pastels and charcoals,
Yeah.
and like without like that's just pure expression, like not trying. Like now I'm not trying. Like in the beginning I was like figuring out how to use it, like drawing after some videos, but now I'm just like doing it the way I want to do it, and that feels liberating.
I think, Tryggvi, this comes to the core of one thing that I've always found to be very painful when I hear people say it, that they don't want to get into some kind of artwork or some kind of project. They don't want to, what's it called? They just don't feel confident to make music or to sing or to create art or whatever because they're not good.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't know how to do it. And when people say, "Oh, I am tone deaf. I can't sing. I am terrible at singing," I just hear the echoes of some adult telling this child that this person once was. You know, no, this is bad. You're no good at this. You know, and basically hurting this child deeply. You know, and just like ruining their kind of aspiration, or they're just like this idea that they could express themselves. And I can't imagine the damage, the emotional damage that just an adult person carries with them when they have this idea about themselves that they shouldn't draw, they shouldn't sing, they shouldn't make
Yeah.
music because they're not good. They're not the best. And whenever I meet people that say, "Oh, I'm shy to sing in front of you because you're a real singer," I'm like, "No, we're all singers. I just work doing it. It's my work. But we're all singers. We're all human beings just expressing our feelings. And your feelings are no less than mine."
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And I
yeah,
think working with kids like you do actually really, I think, this is a reminder of how important that lesson is.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
I'm sorry about the rant. I just get very passionate
like-
about this. It's
Well,
Italian, Svavar.
two ranters doing a live stream. That's that's a good cocktail for you.
We could do a pot. Do you have any of your pictures? Like, do you have any of them up there?
Oh yeah, sure. I have.
The thing is, guys, I haven't
It's
seen
not like this
Tryggvi.
was prepared, but like
Oh,
this is the one that I did yesterday. Like
Oh,
for the
wow.
last 2 days. This is my favorite spot. My favorite spot in Reykjavík. This is
by the sea there.
Yeah, this is my this is the way I see Skarfaklettur.
Oh,
which is
yeah,
down
yeah,
down by where the Viðey ferry is.
yeah.
This tiny little white beach with this huge rock. I go there like during the first weeks and months of COVID. I went there like every day to meditate and just take it in, just to like find some kind of calm or and I still do that every once in a while.
That's beautiful. That's so healthy and good. Guys, just so you know, I haven't really seen Tryggvi since May or June. When did we see each other last time?
Yeah, probably sometime last summer, I guess.
And we're neighbors, you know, like so.
Yeah, well, we probably met like at the beginning of last year, like sometime. I remember meeting you
before
once.
COVID.
I remember meeting you once when COVID was starting. We had one cup of coffee then, and or probably like a liter of coffee.
Absolutely painful not to be able to hang out with you, man. And it's great to do some FaceTime now. I need to. What we should do is also get because this thing, the StreamYard thing, actually can like bring a third guy in or girl. So if anyone would really like to join us later, you're perfectly welcome. It's actually an amazing thing. But Tryggvi, I'd love it if you could sing us a song. Would you sing us a song?
Of course. Do you have any requests? Is there anything you would like to hear in particular? Or
Oh, I know who would have a request. I think Anna Beef would love to see from Leeds. Anna, do you have a request? You can just put it in the comments and I will see it, and I'll put it up so Tryggvi can see it.
do you want me to play some of my songs, or do you want me to play some of the kid songs that I do?
One of yours, definitely.
One of mine.
Let's wait for a second. If Anna has a request, I would love to oblige.
Well,
Tryggvi is also one of the main friends and curators and creators of the Melodica Festival, which is a singer-songwriter festival that we started 12 years ago, 13 years ago.
2008. That's where I first met you, at the first Melodica.
Yeah, like Pete Uhlenbruch did the first one in Melbourne, and we had been talking about this. We should make like festival where we'd get people together just to connect and to exchange ideas and friendships and connections. Was that you, Anna? Did you say Allt tekur enda? I like that song.
That is actually my favorite one. So,
but just to finish that thing about the Melodica Festival, Tryggvi has been instrumental in spreading the festival around the world. You've been helping out with so many of the other curators in the other festivals around the world, and also in Hafnarfjörður when we were planning that one. And so it's so great to be able to bring him to you guys and to show you one of those troubadours that maybe like the cosmos hasn't been pushing in your direction, but definitely should. And 2 or 3 of Tryggvi's songs are also on my playlist, singer-songwriter friends, and I definitely would like to ask you to share it and to follow it. But would you do Allt tekur enda?
Oh yes, definitely.
Oh, Anna just says you choose. Oh, but I'll put you in solo mode right now. Anna, this one's for you.
Allt tekur enda is just perfect. Also in relation to Melodica and Pete, because I wrote that song for Pete. He was supposed to sing it originally. When he was moving to Reykjavík, and he was asking like if people would like to get together and do some music together, I was like, yes, I'm gonna write a song for us to do. And I figured like, if you're gonna come and live in Iceland, you should definitely learn Icelandic, and the best way to do that would be through song. But we still haven't done it together. But so Pete, we will one day, and we'll make our version of it sooner rather than later. Legg á stað í langa för yfir hæstu fjöll og heimsins höf, frá innsta kjarna ystu nöf og allt tekur enda. Hér mun ég hefja betra líf, nýja tíma, betri tíð, þar sem lífið líður allt tekur enda. Legga landi hægt og hljótt að svörtum sandum miðja nótt. Allt sem það fer sem fer og allt tekur enda. Hér mun ég hefja betra líf, nýja tíma, betri tíð, þar sem lífið líður allt tekur enda. Hér mun ég hefja betra líf, nýja tíma, betri tíð, þar sem lífið líður af tekur enda, hér vil ég lenda, hér allt sem
Oops.
Oh, that wasn't the response. I was.
Sorry, I didn't find the. I was trying to get a thing through, and I was pouring this beer exactly when you finished the song, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Get myself back home. Thank you, Tryggvi, for that beautiful song. Allt tekur enda, everything ends. And one of the things I love about your songs is the serenity of them. That a lot of your lyrical themes have to do with abiding, kind of. There's things going wrong. There's things. There's a wind in your face, but you kind of just keep walking, and you know that this is all temporary and transient.
Yeah, I think you definitely hit the nail on the head there. A lot of it is about like accepting things as they are, and especially because nothing is forever. Like everything is temporary. So both good things and bad things. And like I know that with my bad things or like bad things, like I've had an autoimmune disorder since I was 15 that made me like my immune system has been attacking my back and my neck and just basically my whole all of my spine. So like I got like 3 I think joints that are completely like they're complete bones now, like
fused together.
Fused. That's right. Like.
But you've made a remarkable recovery in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Your friends, like we watched you kind of bounce back. You've lost weight. You've become a lot more limber, and your mobility has increased a lot. And just your continence, like you're become a much brighter, you know. But what we didn't know was that, like, all the while when we were working the Melodica Festival for like 8 years or something, you were like in constant pain throughout the whole process. And it's like it's just another testament to your kind of how you weather through like really rough times, and how you have such an even temper that you could actually be going through all that and just still going like, hey, yeah, cool, let's all work, do things, stuff, and you know, it's just amazing to know you for that.
Well, it was an effort sometimes. Like it hasn't always been easy to just keep a brave face and everything,
But you told me a really important thing. You watched the Mötley Crüe movie. Like that's a band that I have never given much thought. I mean, not my cup of tea. But the important part you said was representation.
Yes, and like after I saw that movie, and like when Mick Mars, the guitarist, like he has ankylosing spondylitis, like I do, and when he's introduced into the film, he's getting the diagnosis from his doctor, and I was like, wow, I've never seen a representation of spondylitis in any culture, like in any TV shows or any movies or anything. And I even like when I saw that, I started looking it up, and apparently spondylitis is in, I think, episode 24, season 6 in House where he says like, "Oh, she must have spondylitis," and in one episode of ER, and that's it. Like no references in anything.
And
So it's kind of like it's an invisible disease.
yeah, and just thinking about like how many people go through life just feeling unrecognized for
Yeah.
something like that, and that their pain is just like invisible, and just to know just that some filmmakers or content creators or TV writers care enough like to put it in there, and then it just makes me think about representation in the bigger context, people of color, trans people,
Yeah.
queer people, women, children, like everyone that doesn't belong on that like top of the hierarchy, that of representation, like how almost all movies for like 90 or 100 years have kind of have revolved around like white men saying stuff, doing stuff, and kind of deciding on how stuff should go.
Yeah.
And it's just we need this representation. Really matters for children that are from minority groups to just witness someone like them just being mattering in the world.
Yeah, and like I'm not complaining about that. Like that wasn't my point. I was complaining that like um, spondylitis hasn't been represented. But the thing is that like
It's
you
just
know,
great
for,
that it is represented there.
yeah, for me, like I was in my late 30s when I met another person with spondylitis for the first time, and until then I felt like the only gay in the village from the Little Britain shows. Like that was kind of like that was the feeling I got. Like I realized then that like, oh my god, I've never met anyone who at least openly has has spondylitis, and there's a lot of people, and also with other autoimmune diseases, and also like it's one of those things that you just can't see.
Yeah, I think. Just you have a Bandcamp, right?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna put it in here. Hold on. It's Tryggvi. Just Tryggvi.
yeah, it's just Tryggvi.
So, guys, if you want to support Tryggvi's music, you can go to tryggvi.bandcamp.com and listen to his songs there and download. You can also listen to him on Spotify. That would make me really happy. Although buying music is always better than I don't know, Ubering it. So Tryggvi, I don't know if you've noticed it, but I felt that since you changed your diet and since you got like the diagnosis and you started working on, and your doctor started helping you with getting out of this kind of the worst of the disease, your music has changed tone quite drastically.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's become a lot more uplifting, and it's had a totally different kind of vibe to it since you found this hope. Like for example, Allra vera von.
oh man, that's a favorite as well.
I love it. In the end of that song, it's like when you bring in the kids from your kindergarten to sing along.
And like I recorded it like the whole song with them as well, and like I should put that out sometime. Like just
That's
them singing
beautiful.
the whole song. That is amazing. That's one of the best feelings in the world when
Yeah.
like when I'm standing there with like 29 kids like singing my song from the top of their lungs. Just that is
And
amazing.
it's just so great when kids just sing so, like that's it. They just sing however they sing, and it doesn't matter if oh no, they're not pitch perfect. I was working once with this guy he was working for the government of Reykjavík, and he had to follow the mayor around, for all kinds of like these events. And in one of the events there was like this dancing school, like 8 to 12-year-old kids were dancing for the mayor. And just like 8 to 12-year-olds dance, not all of them are perfect. And he was just like, Oh my God. And then he just turned to the lady next to him and was like, fucking, I hate kids dancing. It's just so clumsy and disgusting. And I was like, oh my God, this is the worst. This is the worst guy I ever known. And it turned out he was. He was like this total douche. And I was like, why would he say
that's
that?
horrible.
I just love witnessing progress, you know?
Yeah.
Just
That's
the journey.
That's also how I view it. Like every time I see, like, both with kids and with grown-ups, like whoever it is and like wherever you are on your journey, that's also one of the things that I look for. Like, you know, I'm witnessing that, and I'm seeing it for what it is in that respect as well. Not just like someone who is like not that good at playing or singing or dancing or anything. It's like just witnessing that journey, that you're like like you're just seeing someone like just like a couple of years ago maybe he couldn't do that, or just even when it's a social thing, you're just taking part in it, like dancing with a group of other people or like making music with others.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that like, and also through Melodica, that's one of the things that I've enjoyed it the most, like seeing people like taking their first steps, and like and also like I've seen people who have like I've been told beforehand that like, oh, this guy is really terrible, or like you should maybe like not listen to this one, or like, and then I've seen them and they've been like amazing, just like pouring their hearts out and just making amazing music. And
Yeah.
like it goes for both kids and grown-ups. Like you see those grown-ups that like that think they can't do things, and like they don't want to go into like do artistic things and stuff because they feel like they're inadequate, and they don't want to do it in front of you because they feel like, oh my God, you're like way up there while I'm just, you know, I can't do anything really.
Yeah, but that's just so much bullshit, because I am enjoying it just as much. You know, I'm so happy to see other people singing
Yes,
and
me too.
playing music and just trying and making, you know, just expressing themselves.
Yes.
And just the journey, just starting the journey, wherever you are on that journey, it's awesome.
And sorry if I'm ranting as well. Like this,
Oh, no,
this
cool.
this is one of my passions. Like one of the
There's
things
only
that I'm, like,
one thing that
so
I
passionate
can't
about.
learn, and I can't see myself learning. It's carpentry, because I would love to learn carpentry and be good at woodworking and carpentry, because I love the feeling of wood, you know, like just working with wood.
Yeah.
But I'm just so afraid to saw off my fingers. Because
That's a real danger there.
because I'm like, I am absent-minded. I am clumsy. And I just see it like, you know, I believe in odds, you know. Every time I saw like a piece of wood, there's a 1% chance I cut off my fingers. So basically, after 100 pieces of wood, the odds are just stacking up like wood. It bothers me, because I would love to be able to work with, you know,
just
carpentry.
just stay away from the saw. And
Oh,
do
I
the
have an
same.
idea. I could just like have like a roadie. It's like, could you saw this?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, Mr. Knútur.
And then you can do the rest.
Yeah. I see it now.
Well, I would not like to be that roadie because I'm as absent-minded as you are. So
We need to do it. I think Taylor would be awesome for it, or Kyle Willard. I mean, he's built a
yeah,
house
yeah, yeah.
already.
Oh, and Taylor definitely. He's definitely a good. Wow, I just lost that word. Candidate.
Yeah, he's a great candidate for this. I mean, he's like built houses in Madagascar or something. I don't know.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
Great guy, Taylor.
Man, we know amazing people. That's for sure.
You see, there he is.
Hey Taylor, nice to see you, man.
Hey. Yeah. So tell me, like, you've been to Nashville Melodica. I haven't.
Yeah.
And you've been to Nottingham. You were at the
Yes.
first Nottingham Melodica.
I was at the second Nottingham Melodica.
Second. Yeah.
and the first Nashville.
Our friends Rob and Eckert put up those these amazing guys and all the great people around them. And I mean, here's the thing: like, there's no such thing as DIY. You know, it's always do it together. Like, you do it with help from friends. You always get help from friends. Like, I don't believe in this myth of this one lone genius that makes everything happens by themselves. You know.
True, totally true. Like when I started doing melodica with you, my first in 2009, I came down after work just to check it out, and I met you in the street. Like, oh, can you please maybe handle this venue for me while I go and see the other one? I'm like, I've never handled a mixer before in my life, and like I don't know what to do. It's like, oh, there's just like this one amp, and everyone knows what they're doing. So like you just have to be there.
And nobody
And
knew
then
what they were doing.
Nobody knew what they were doing, and we all had to figure it out together. Exactly. So
Yeah. But that's the thing. It will sort itself out because we figure it out. That's my motto. We will figure it out.
I did a lot of melodicas like that, just like just handling this one venue by myself and just figuring it out. And mostly it was like it went really well. Maybe just like getting one or two complaints over the whole weekend, which was, I think, pretty good for someone who didn't know what they were doing. So for an absent-minded guy like me as well.
I think, yeah. But it's just so funny when you like. There was this one time when we were running melodica on like 3 or 4 stages. That's when we kind of jumped the shark.
We once did it on like 4 stages, where we had like one outdoor stage as well.
And I regret that
crazy.
so much, having gone in that direction, and I'm really sad that we did, because it burnt me out at the time. I just completely lost my confidence and it was,
Oh, that's the time when I was building up mine. So
yeah, cool.
man, I'm sorry for that.
No,
like,
man.
Like I was thrown off the deep end so many times during those years, and but I learned so much from it as well.
I guess I just listened to the wrong people. There were people trying to influence me into growing Melodica Reykjavík into like a festival rather than
when it was just supposed to be a festival.
Yeah, and we went back to the cute small, and I loved that we did that. It was much
really
better.
glad we did. I'm really happy with that.
Like the other, we figured that wouldn't work because it also pulled everyone apart when it should have kept people together.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what Melodica is about, like getting people together and like sharing music and just sharing, basically.
Have you ever thought about touring, Tryggvi? Have you ever thought about just going out there and
Yes, so like I never thought about it in the past few years. So like those times when I went to Melodicas abroad, like when I went to Aarhus in 2011, and then like everyone was asking me, so like, are you on a tour? And I was like, what? No, me on a tour? Never. It was so ridiculous in my mind. It was like, I don't have any business going on tours. Like, I'm not that great a musician, and well, I've actually like now, and like when you were talking about the like all the the different vibe that I have now, like with everything that I've changed in my life, and like, which is also because like nothing is forever, like everything is just temporary. So I've like now that I'm putting out my music for the first time as well, like gotten really good response, and it's been like, maybe I could actually do something with this, and maybe I should. And
I
then,
definitely think you should.
To like, why not? Like, and you see that like I used to stoop like this. That was like also just like my body going in that direction.
Yeah.
But I think it was also just now that I feel better in my body, and also in my soul, spirit, like like I am more upright in all respects. I think so. Like I feel like I do have a business there now. Like
It's amazing how posture can both influence and reflect, you know,
yeah,
your just state of mind or state of spirit.
it does, and
But
like that's one of the things that I've learned over the past few years is that like when you keep leaning forward and when you like you're always like with that you're sending a message that like that you feel inferior, you feel like you're not like really, you know, you're just like floating along instead
yeah,
of like even though
but it's
like I was taking full part in everything and just like but like I was still sending out that message and I was sending out that message just with my music as well, which definitely has changed.
it has been wonderful, like just following um your progress of increased confidence and just your posture and your voice has actually changed with it. It's become more open and brighter, and
Thank you.
it's and I think we say in Iceland to what erindi, like I would say you have a purpose in going out and playing and touring. And I definitely think you should do Scotland and Northern England.
Oh,
Those guys would love you.
I would definitely love to do that. Like after going to Nottingham and like the first time I played there, like I got there like a night earlier than the festival started. Or like, yeah. So I had this extra night and I was offered to play at one of the venues for Nottingham. And so I was warned before, like, okay, so like just so you know, English people they do listen, but they talk the whole time. Like don't be offended. Like don't feel like they're not listening. Like it's just the way things are. It's always rowdy. It's always loud. Music is always in the background. It's just the way it is. Then I started playing. After a couple of songs, I noticed like you guys are awfully quiet. Like am I doing something wrong here? Like is and like I just got like full attention and that was amazing, like one of the best live experiences I've had. And like so like I thought I was getting into something like really difficult, like difficult audience and all that, but like no, it was I actually ended up like almost giving everyone their hug afterwards and just like it was wonderful. I want to do that
That's
again.
yeah,
I
I
miss
definitely think
playing.
you should, and I think Anna Beeth would love to help you get a gig in Leeds,
Oh,
which was one of the biggest surprises of my life was playing in Leeds. I didn't even know what Leeds looked like.
yeah, I've never been
Um,
there. I've only been
and
to
just these old English cities and the Scottish towns and cities are just so beautiful. Like there's so much this old beauty there, but also Germany, I think, and just Europe proper. I think you would definitely fit in there, and you'd make wonderful headway. I think in the German
thank you.
scene, and I
I would
think
love to go one day.
our friends would like Björn and some of our other friends would definitely want to help with setting you up with tours there. Do you have another song for us, man?
Yeah, sure. Do you want one in English or Icelandic?
I was thinking about Allra Veðra Von. Someone was asking for
Yes.
that.
Okay. I love doing that song. I actually got a request from, or like, I got a message from a kindergarten teacher in Kopovo the other day, asking me to go over like because she had written down the lyrics, which like I was very impressed with the like that she went through that work, and she was like, I want to teach the kids this song. Like I think this song is something that like would be really good for the kids. Like it has such a positive message. And I think it was also at one time that I played with you at Kortland that
Oh yeah.
that one person came up to me and said like this should be the anthem for the schools, all the schools in Iceland. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
That's the biggest compliment I've ever had.
Because it's about just going. It sounds like you're going to school, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and like being in a happy mood. Like no matter what, like I know that things aren't going to be easy the whole time, and like it isn't just going to be, you know, sunshine and rainbows and like. But like I just sip my coat up, put on my rubber shoes, and go on with a smile, which is the best way to go through life.
That's awesome. So, Tryggvi, allra vera von. Let's listen.
Allra veðra von, ég geng á stað með bros á vör, úlpa og gúmmískór, ég renni upp í hátt. Í gegnum hríðarbyggð, frostbitnar kinnar og kaldar tær, glaður greikka spor og sigli beiti vind. Sama á hverju dynur ég feta mína leið, þó að fenni yfir sporin, það gerir ekkert til, því á morgun kemur vorið, á morgun verður aftur hlýtt, það verður aftur hlýtt. Allra veðra von, í morgun skímu ég legg úr vör, úlpa og gúmmískór, ég renni upp í hátt. Sama á hverju dynur ég feta mína leið, þó að fenni yfir sporin, það gerir ekkert til, því á morgun kemur vorið, á morgun verður aftur hlýtt, það verður aftur hlýtt. Sama á hverju dynur ég feta mína leið, þó að fenni yfir sporin, það gerir ekkert til, því á morgun kemur vorið, á morgun verður aftur hlýtt, það verður aftur hlýtt.
Whoa. Hey. I was a bit quicker now.
I could hear you open your beer.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to mute myself.
No, it's nice to hear that you're there. So yeah.
It just gave a little bit of like, what's it called, like a percussive.
Yeah, exactly. Like just make sure you come in on the right spot. Like.
Thank you for this song, man. I really love those.
Listening.
Oh yeah, and thank you all you guys out there listening. There's like 100 and something people, and
Wow.
and I love that. Just on a Monday night.
I'm getting a little shy right now. Just like,
Oh.
oh my God, there's 100 people there.
No, it's all good. It's all good. They're all your friends, you see. Let me see. Yeah. So guys, just so you just to keep you on your toes. I'm going to be trying to get Pete Uhlenbruch, our friend, on one of these chats soon, and maybe some more of the Melodica crowd, and maybe some other awesome artists. There are just so many crazy nice artists out there that it is so much fun to talk to and exchange ideas and enjoy. Just enjoy conversation and getting together, and I really hope that after COVID we will just continue this, because this is actually really useful and helpful.
Yeah.
And I can't do this, like I can't go around the world and just bringing my friends over on flights, but I can do this. We can talk across like this. and I love the possibilities in this, like this StreamYard and doing like these chats. Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah,
take this away now.
I totally agree with that. And like a lot of things that we've been doing, like people have been doing that they wouldn't be doing otherwise. Um,
Yes.
like I started doing for like since I couldn't get all the kids together to sing. Like we used to do that every week, every Friday. All the kids in the school got together and sang together. We can't do that anymore because of COVID. So like then I started going like between classrooms to do that, but then like with stricter with more restrictions, then I couldn't do that anymore either. So I started recording myself singing and playing for the kids on YouTube. So like
Yeah.
just like putting that up there. So also just like for the parents, so they could sing at home. Like some of the parents have talked about that, like like also the people that like I can't sing, and they just needed something like to sing along to. And sometimes like when you try to sing songs with your kids and you do it different than the teacher does, they can like, oh no, you're not supposed to do it like that. And so like I figured like, oh, that would be good for the parents, but also for the rest of the school. And now that it's on YouTube, it's accessible to everyone. So I know that other kindergartens are using those YouTube videos as well. And this is
Yeah.
something that never would have happened if it hadn't been like if I hadn't had to do it. Like
I'm doing the same. Like, I haven't been able to visit like old folks' homes as much as I
oh yeah.
would love to. So I've been making like little videos, like I call it virtual visits, and then I just like greet them in their home, and then I do some songs, and I put the lyrics on the side, and yeah, I've
I
heard they
love
like
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Paul. We're all so handsome and talented. That's true.
See,
Yeah,
I'm
but
I'm I'm feeling bashful right now. Like
yeah, it's so funny. I was explaining to my German friends the other day that because I'm from the East Fjords, it's considered almost a mortal sin to feel happy about yourself
hmm,
and just to say like, yeah, yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, my, you know. So it's almost like because you should be ashamed. More like, yeah, I should be ashamed that I'm doing well.
yeah, you
And
shouldn't be promoting that. Like you definitely
no,
shouldn't be.
definitely not. They say you're pushing yourself into the world. You're pushing yourself in front of
Hmm.
other people, and that is really disgusting. And I'm like, ugh. So I'd rather not. I'd rather not push myself. Um, but my grandmother, like, she would always, like, if she was putting food on the table, she would always apologize.
Yeah.
So her she would put like really like a full table of food, and then she would say, "I'm really sorry about this," and then everybody would eat. That's like, what? Why? When you think about it, it's so insane. But that's a mindset about like from that part of Iceland, from that part of our history, that you
Yeah.
should feel so low about yourself. You should never feel good about yourself, and just like I'm so grateful that my children are not gonna have an ounce of that. I have it, but they won't.
Hmm.
Like, because it's like an echo, it takes a while to die out,
Yeah.
and this old culture of kind of shame is fading in Iceland, and I love it.
Yeah, and then like people like you and me, like we still have it, but like we've started to question it as well. But
Yeah,
like
and
maybe it is okay to like
just be happy
it's
with
not like
yourself.
yeah it's not like self grandeur. It's not like you're just like putting yourself above everything else, because that's kind of like um that's the way that kind of attitude makes you feel. That like if you like you should be putting yourself down, because if you're not, then you're kind of just like putting yourself above, and that's not at all what it's about. When it's really just about being happy with yourself and just being proud. Like being proud has also become something, or maybe it's always been that way. It's also one of those things that like you should be ashamed. You shouldn't be proud. Like
Shouldn't be
shouldn't boast
like
of anything.
you're
or,
happy
like,
about your accomplishments or anything.
yeah.
But that's
When you
okay, and
really
that's
want to put
okay. I
something
mean, you
out
can
into
just
the world, like you just
yeah.
really want to put it out there,
And it's so funny. Like
you
for the
have to-
first couple of years, Tryggvi, when I was making music,
yeah,
I would actually apologize when I
Yeah.
put songs out.
exactly. Like that reminded me
sorry.
of that.
I'm sorry about bothering you guys with my music, but just like it's here it is. Like my first posts, like most of you guys like haven't seen them because they were like 2008 or 9 or something. But yeah, that was it. That was like, hey guys, here's some music. I'm really sorry if you like it, and yeah. And now finally, I'm like, hey, I'm really happy with this song. Cool, yay. But yeah,
Yeah, I've like for myself, like I'm really trying to change that with me as well, because like I've always been apologizing for, like, I remember this one time, like at this warm up night for Melodica, and like I just got on stage, played a song, like, and I felt great. Got off stage, and this girl came up to me and said, like, "I really love your voice," and I was like, "What? Really? Like my voice? Like I think that's the worst thing about me. Like my voice is actually not that good. It's actually horrible." And like I was like, "Oh my god!" I just took like she was just like really happy with the way I presented it and like thought I sounded great. And then I took it all down, just like
yeah, you tear yourself down.
yeah.
And we have a tendency to do that. And I think a lot of artists do have a tendency to do that. And I think it's kind like in a weird way, it's healthy because it's self-doubt, and self-doubt keeps us from getting too
Yeah.
full of ourselves. But it's also just so damaging, you know?
Exactly. Like there is a fine line. There is a line between like serving the art, serving the song, like, and not serving your ego,
Yeah.
which is kind of like you have to put your ego aside while you're like creating that art. And like, what does that song need? What does like this or that, like this album need? Like, and like, I don't have to do it all just because it's mine. And but there's a line between that and then just like being too like just taking everything down, putting yourself down instead of just being what's the word, critical, self-critical. Just
Yeah.
you have to be that. You have to like take everything into account, and like you're not always right. You're not always going to be right. You're not always going to make the best decisions for your art. And sometimes you have to listen to other people and really go with their opinions. And there is a fine line between that, I think.
I love that idea. I've really been on that wagon for the last 10 years or something, about serving the music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even feel like I've written songs for the last 10 years. The songs have chosen me to put them into the world. Like, hey, here's an idea. Please just put it out. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. So I love that. I love just serving and just being like a conduit rather than like a creator.
Totally. I'm totally there as well.
And when you get to that point in actually performing, that you're a conduit for the song. You are a vessel for the song. I love it when that happens. Because that's like, this Taoism that you try to be in the flow, you are in the Tao.
Yeah.
When you manage to really be in the flow of a song, when you manage to be like right there and it's just like you're serving it, you're just a vessel for it. I love that feeling because it just like it pushes my ego out of my body, and my body is just contains the song and the music and that moment. And I feel every nerve in my body just serving.
Wow, that's beautifully put. Like, I like
You
that.
have to have like a little bit of time to get there. You have to get in that zone.
Totally. Oh, that's a really nice way to look at it.
Yo. Oh man. Time is
Wow,
has really burnt here.
it's been an hour already.
But man, I'm really Sissy. Thank you so much for getting me to make this picture, because I really wanted to, but I just didn't think I had time, and it turned out I did have time.
Oh my god, it's awesome.
Yeah, once more for the cheap seats here. Look at that handsome guy.
Oh my god, I want to sport that shirt sometime. Like that is.
I'm gonna
that's an
send
awesome
it to
shirt.
you. It's an awesome shirt. um, I think I should sing a song or something. I feel like I should sing a song.
Please do.
But I'd like to sing one for a man I met in Poland once. I don't remember his name. Because I only met him once and for a very short time. But what he said to me really, really still kind of echoes in a nice way, very nice way. And it's a song by Cole Porter. And it's called Every Time We Say Goodbye. Is it sounding okay? I don't know.
Yes.
Do you hear it, Tryggvi?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna take you out of the picture for a second, just so you can kind of have coffee or.
Yeah,
whatever.
I'll mute myself as well, so you
Okay.
don't have to listen to me pour coffee in my cup.
Right, cool. Every time we say goodbye, I die a little. Every time we say goodbye, I wonder why a little. Why the gods above me, who must be in the know, think so little of me, they allow you to go. When you're near, there's such an air of spring about it. I can hear a lark somewhere begin to sing about it. There's no love song finer, but how strange the change from major to minor. Every time we say when you're near, there's such an air of spring about it. I can hear a lark somewhere begin to sing about it. There's no love song finer, but how strange the change from major to minor. Every time we say goodbye. All right. Whoop. Thank you. I love that song. It really means a lot to me. So, guys, I think you should all go to Spotify and follow Tryggvi. Wash hands, yeah, and get vaccinated. You should follow Tryggvi on Spotify. Look him up everywhere you can find him, and yeah, and keep in touch on Facebook and YouTube. And if you guys are watching on Facebook, I'd love it if you go to my YouTube channel and follow, because that's where I'm putting up my like music videos and stuff, and it's nice to kind of build that one up as well. If Facebook should somehow go down under. Thank you all for being with us and for joining us, and I am very confident that Tryggvi will join me again for a session, because there are just it's so healthy to see your friends and discuss and talk and play some songs. And also I know how many of you kind of really appreciate, and thank you for letting me know how much you appreciate staying in touch like this. So we're gonna be coming back soon for something fun. Tryggvi, again, thank you so much for being with me. Any
thank
last?
you so much for having me. Like,
any words for the guys out there?
oh, just the thing you said in the beginning, that like everything is temporary, nothing lasts forever.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is I guess like my motto, I think.
I was having. All right, I was having this conversation with a person, so worried about growing old and dying, and death and old age, and I said, why? It's all part of the natural way that has been there for millions and millions of years. We are no better or worse than the rest of life, and it's a healthy, beautiful thing to grow old and die. And if you refuse it, if you're rejecting it and constantly fighting it, you're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to be there to enjoy it, because it can be enjoyed.
Yes.
Growing old is just another phase in your spiritual development. And I think the more people start to appreciate that, the less they are afraid of it, the more actually generations can actually start to have a conversation between themselves. There's so much ageism on both sides, of course, but just this fear of dying, fear of aging, fear that your body will, start to get not as good at things, keeps you from really appreciating all the good things that you learn from it.
Yeah, because you actually learn a lot from it as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm turning 45 this year, and I think right now are the best years of my life, and not because of my body, but just because I'm learning so much, and I'm always constantly appreciating the world more and more.
Exactly, appreciation. That's the key word there.
Yeah.
Like I'm turning 42. Like I'm a late bloomer. Like right now I'm just like I'm doing all the things that like a lot of people would say like, oh, like I should have done this years ago. Like I wouldn't have wanted to do this years ago. Like I wouldn't like right now I'm appreciating that like my music is getting better, and like I'm getting better at it, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that like my music is doing good and everything is. And now I have a better physical health, and I wouldn't have appreciated that as much like 6, 7, 8 years ago.
No.
So, yeah, a lot of appreciation comes with age as well.
It's a journey, not the destination.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love it. And gratitude and appreciation. That's it.
Yeah.
That's like
that's something that I had to commit myself to. Gratitude as well.
Well, guys, thank you all. Thank you, Tryggvi. Thank you all again for being with us. can't wait to see you guys again. I'm gonna be spending a couple of more days here in beautiful Hólmavík, this tiny little village that is so full of little contradictions. And yes, let's grow old together. Katrin, I'm with you on that. It's a ride, you know. See you, Tryggvi. See you soon. Live long and prosper, my friend.
See you guys.
Bye. Whoop.